Mr. and Mrs. Grinling lived with their cat, Hamish, in a little white cottage perched high on the cliffs. Mr. Grinling was a retired lighthouse keeper. He still kept the light spick and span for visitors who came to look around. As it was holiday time, the Grinlings' great-nephew George had come to stay. Mrs. Grinling was bustling around the kitchen. "Eat faster, you two. It's market day for Sally, so I'm in charge of Sally's cafe. George can help me at the lighthouse," said Mr. Grinling. "The first job is to clean up," said Mr. Grinling. "Could you please polish the light, George? Hamish can check for mice, and I'll pick up that rubbish on the rocks." "Where it all comes from is a mystery to me," muttered Mr. Grinling. He filled the basket and sent it down the wire. The seagulls, Yvette, Rita, and Gus, spotted the basket. "Ooh, goody, Rita, Mr. Grinling's lunch." "That's a strange-looking lunch, Gus." "Yuck, plastic stuff into the sea." "Shoo, shoo, shoo, you seagulls. No rubbish in the sea," shouted George. "Great work, George," said Mr. Grinling. "Now it's time to tackle the beach." "Picking up rubbish on my first day? That's not fair," complained George. "Everybody should pick up their own rubbish, and then it wouldn't end up in the water." "You're right," said Mr. Grinling. "But there's so much here, I think some of the rubbish has been dumped out at the sea." "But what about the sea creatures, Uncle G?" Deep down below, all was not well. Lobster's claw was caught in a baked bean can. Shark had chewed an old Lilo, and now it was stuck in her sharp teeth. Baby seal couldn't catch any breakfast. He was tangled in old plastic fishing nets. An octopus had to bundle plastic straws and yogurt pots out of her house. Very early on Wednesday morning, Mr. Grinling noticed something strange out at sea. Very early on Thursday morning, Mr. Grinling peered again. On Friday morning, Mr. Grinling woke George. "You see that boat, George? This is the third morning it's been there by Tiny Island. I think it's dumping rubbish. We must catch them." "It's probably trash pirates," said George. "I know a thing or two about pirates, Uncle G. I'd better take my sword." As the sun was rising, Mr. Grinling, George, and Hamish put out to sea. The kittiwake putted gently through the white-tipped waves. "No dolphins?" asked George. Mr. Grinling shook his head. "No dolphins, George. Not for a long time. Once the sea is cleared of the rubbish, they might return." "I can hear something," said George. "Put, put, 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 put." Mr. Grinling nudged the kittiwake near the rocks. "Ahoy there!" shouted George, waving his sword. "Sit down, George, you'll fall in," said Mr. Grinling sternly. Too late. The kittiwake hit a rock, but it was Mr. Grinling who fell with a splash, head over heels into the sea. George hadn't noticed. It was Hamish who drew out a rope. George was too busy yelling, "Trash pirates!" "Not trash pirates, we're fisher folk," called a voice, and Captain Cod invited Mr. Grinling and George aboard. "I don't throw plastic rubbish in the sea. I fish it out. More plastic than fish." George pulled out a plastic bag from the rubbish. "Uncle G, look at this turtle. It can't get out." George lifted the bag very carefully, and the turtle didn't move. "The poor fellow. We'll take him back to the beach and show everyone." At the beach, Mr. Grinling called out, "Please gather around, everyone. Sea creatures get hurt when our plastic rubbish goes into the sea, like this fellow here. Once everyone had seen the turtle, George laid him gently in the water. Everyone agreed it was time for change. Mr. Grinling set up a very large recycling bin. He and Jason, the postman, painted it. Feed this whale, not the sea. Sally and Mrs. Grinling put up posters at the cafe. The seagulls snatched some lunch from a basket. Faster, faster, Hamish! Chase those seagulls away! At the end of the week, everyone had collected all the rubbish from the beach. Mr. Grinling was appointed the new beach warden, making sure the beach stayed rubbish-free. 3 cheers, he cried, and now it's time for the clean beach barbecue. While the grown-ups cooked, the children played with the clean, wet sand. It was a glorious barbecue. Later, as the sun set, the children splashed in the waves, but not until every piece of rubbish had been put into the sea. No, no, no! Into the bins. Yes. Thanks for joining us for story time. We hope you enjoyed the activity. For more programs and information about the Jupiter Inlet Lighthouse and Museum, follow our website, www.jupiterlighthouse.org.